everyone, and welcome again to another Two Question Tuesday. We have with us today, we have Jim Tamo, who is president of Visioneer, manufacturer of scanners licensed by Xerox. We're going to dive right into the questions today. What obvious mistakes do customers make when purchasing document scanners for office needs?
Yeah, great question. Normally today, customers are pretty savvy. They've got access to the internet and can do a lot of research before they purchase. But scanning technology is always progressing, and industry jargon isn't always very clear to customers. So I thought of three items I think customers should consider before a purchase. And number one, I'd say brand matters. I've been in the industry for 20 years now, and I've seen some scanner companies come and go. And deciding on a brand that you recognize can help in case there's questions that come up later about how to best utilize the software that they get, or if they need some consumable rollers, for example. Number two would be software. In most cases, software that comes with the scanner is what's driving the solution, and it's the reason why the customer is making that purchase. Customers should know if they're getting full versions of software, if the software that they're getting has license fees attached to it that needs to be maintained or renewed. So that's also a good consideration. And then the number one consideration, I think, and this is new or newer, is connectivity. Because traditionally, scanners have been USB connected. And these days, manufacturers have several network scanner options. It's important to clarify on the functionality customers need to understand if the network scanner is going to be a standalone network scanner, meaning there's no PC required, or the scanner it just has a network connection that still needs drivers and software installed on the PC somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I found it interesting. Just mention the rollers and the whole idea that you have to actually provision for these things for the life of the device. So as I was putting these questions together, I remembered, I knew, but I remember that Visioneer is a Xerox license to manufacture your scanners. And that got me thinking about MFPs versus standalone scanners for distributed lower volume into the market. So what's the value to a department to opt for a single function document scanner over an MFP?
Yeah, being a brand licensing partner of Xerox, we've faced this question, since 2003, since we signed that agreement with Xerox. So I guess it's been 20 years now. But the question does come up because people are thinking, all right, do I propose an MFP to my customer or a scanner, or does my scanner does the customer ask for a scanner or an MFP? And there's some obvious advantages right off. The cost. Desktop scanners can be quite inexpensive. The size and the footprint of the device, desktop scanners just sit nice and neatly on the desktop, don't take too much desktop space up. Scanners have image enhancement features. Now, MFPs have come a long way, and they do have great images as well. Other things are the software bundle that's included, like OCR software. MFPs are coming along and have apps that allow you to scan with OCR. But scanners also come with bundled drivers, the Twain driver and the ISIS driver, and that's a big influence on the decision. And I would say it's actually the main reason is because desktop scanners with either the Twain driver or another specialty scanning driver can seamlessly connect to desktop applications. When I worked at Xerox, I saw this firsthand. When I sold an MFP to a customer, the customers were excited. They wanted to use the network functionality of the scanner that comes on the MFP to scan packing slips right into their desktop application. The problem is that desktop application accepted scan images using only the Twain protocol via USB connected scanner. So with one click within the application, you're able to import that image, scan those pages to the exact location desired within the application, and that's just very difficult to replace that type of simplicity in the solution with an MFP.
That's an incredibly useful reminder that as simple as document imaging and capture is, scan a piece of paper, the implementation of it is actually tremendously difficult, and there's a whole bunch of things to consider. Um, Jim, this is as I mentioned before we got on here, this is my first effort at being quick through one of these. I
We've
appreciate
done a great job.
I appreciate the time and the insights that you've given to us today.
You bet. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone.